Here are Hawthorne Boulevard, 182nd. Oncoming traffic is medium. There's the bus on the way. My car's broke down. That's not my bus. Is that it? Not a bus type of person, but you gotta get home, you know. Here it is. It looks like the bus. Gonna hop on the bus, Gus, and make a new plan, Stan. No, this isn't my bus either. It's a 210. That's the Redondo Beach bus. TJ Maxx to the max on Earth number 237. Little different vibe here. It's opening up a Cane's across the street here. I scored some good Coke at Cane's once. That used to be like a what do you call it? Restaurant, you know. I forget the name of it. It was a Bob's Big Boy at once, I believe. And it turned into a Coco's, yeah, Coco's, yeah. Cocoa Krispies. Cocoa Krispies versus Cocoa Pebbles. I was always for the Cocoa Pebbles. It's a little more chocolatey. Your milk turned into more of a more of a chocolate milk, and it's much better. That may look like AT&T to you across the street, but it's not. It's actually ATT. See? They got one less ring on the globe and they don't have an N. It's ATT. You got ATT and AT&T. People think they're the same, but one's a knockoff, obviously, but they get away with it. So, there you go. Cane's across the street. Get the best Coke. The Coke at Cane's is made from the very best coca leaves in South America, you know, in Colombia. Yeah, the very best. These Coca-Cola factories Coca-Cola still makes their Coca-Cola with coca leaves. They sure do. They buy more coca leaves than anywhere from Colombia and South America there. They de-narcotic them. That's the thing. They de-narcotic them. They found that their Coke isn't the same if you don't have the coca leaves. That's why it's called Coca-Cola. They take the narcotic out of it. They got a machine there that derives the extract, and what they do with that extract, I doubt they're flushing it. I'm sure there's people that say, oh yes, we will dispose of it for you, Coca-Cola. You pay us extra to dispose of it. Dispose of it, yeah, right, you know. They're not disposing of that pure juice, you know. There's a market for that, you know. But they buy more than anyone. The coca leaves, they de-narcotic them, it's true. They buy tons of them because Coca-Cola is everywhere. And 70% of the jungle in South America is coca leaves, you know. They got residents there that brew up. You could whip up a batch of cocaine. I don't promote it. I don't use drugs. You could whip up a batch of cocaine for like 1 ounce for about $5. It's like 2 basic chemicals, and get it at your local pool supply and hardware store, you know. It's true. And so, yeah, we shut down the old Panama Canal. That's where all the trafficking was coming through, but we tightened up on that, and Noriega got a little out of hand and was letting a few too many through, and no, you've reached your limit, you're setting too many through, and he didn't like us telling him that, and he sent people through. They ended up going to prison and stuff, because we busted them, they're not allowed to. And he got in our case, so we want you Americans out of Panama. You're not belonging here. This is our country. Look, we set up the whole Panama Canal security. We let him become the drug lord. He's a big millionaire drug lord, president of Panama. We said, okay, he wants us out. We made this guy. So we went over there. He's hiding from house to house on the run in Panama. We finally tracked him down, and he did him in. And now Panama uses American currency. It's basically kind of like what do you call it? I never think of the name, but it's like another state to America. You Panama is. Anytime a country uses American currency, it's safe to say that's America territory. Yeah. So, and we supply them with all their police get to carry M16s. They're not like our police that carry a pistol. They wear army fatigues, American military army fatigues. It's not that bad there. They got a bad side there, but army fatigues and an M16. All the cops got an M16 strapped around their shoulder. I don't know. And the machine gun is a bit much, but gives them the sense of power, you know. But they're pretty good people, actually. The townspeople come and talk to them. They're like regular people of the neighborhood. They're pretty cool. That just happens to be what we gave them to make them feel empowered. M16s and the military, big, thick camo, like fatigues and shirts and pants and everything, yeah. There's Chick-fil-A at the corner. And, yeah, so I stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel out in Panama and did the whole tour. I went to the Sandblast Islands, took a Jeep. The guy, tourist dude, he drives this big Jeep thing through the jungles. It's a jungle. It's dark jungles because the trees grow above the roads and stuff. It's all up and down roads, you know, through the jungle. You hear all kinds of weird, it's dark driving through there, even though it's daytime. The trees are above you and stuff. And you hear wildlife you've never heard before. I'm asking the guy, what is that we're hearing? It's some animal. I know it's that, but never heard anything like it. It's kind of scary sounding, you know. You go to the far side after about 3 hours of driving, end up on the far side of Panama, and there's little boats, little, you know, those tin type of open boats, like stainless steel ones, with decent outboards on them, and you pay the guys, and they take you out to the Sandblast Islands, it's called, the White Sand Beach Islands. There's tons of them out there. They bring you out to one of them, and you go on the White Sand Beach, and the water there is like crystal clear, and clean. Well, it looks drinkable. I mean, you can see your feet. You can be up to your neck in the ocean. You can see your feet as clear as could be. You know, it looks like drinking water, like pool water. And then, you know, if you drove, it takes about 25 minutes, 30 minutes to get to these islands, and they're out in the middle of the ocean there. Not in the middle, but 30 minutes off the shore, going about however many miles an hour or knots. And if you drive twice that distance, like another 30 miles, whatever, you end up in Colombia, South America, just 30 more minutes. So when you head back, you get back on the boat after the Sandblast Islands, you gotta take the Jeep through, you have your passports and stuff, and then they say, we may get stopped by the police in the middle of the dark jungle. All of a sudden, in the beginning of it, you see some guy pop out, he's got an M16, he signals you to pull over, and let me see everyone's passports. He hands out the passports, and we hand him the passports. He looks through them. When I took my passport picture, I put leave-in conditioner in my hair, and I thought it would be dried up and look good by the time the passport made my hair look all greasy, right? It's kind of long hair and greasy. When I did my passport picture, I looked like a greasy, like Coke dealer, you know? The thing is, people travel to those Sandblast Islands to pick up their cocaine. That's how they smuggle coke. Pick up their cocaine supply there. The guy from Colombia will drop it off a certain part of the island. That guy picks it up. Then he gets back on the tourist boat, heads back. He brings it back into Panama and wherever he takes it from there, right? That's one of their traffic. So they stop you in the car to see if you fit the profile of a coke smuggler. They're looking at everyone's profile, and the only one they flagged was me. Who is this guy here? I said, oh shit, you know, that's me. He looks at the passport, looks at me, and he handed him back. It wasn't too much red tape, but I was the only one they flagged. There was like only 4 of us on the boat, and then the driver, but I got flagged, yeah. Not on the boat, I mean on the Jeep, driving through, yeah. So it's an adventure. So boats to Panama, it's a small country, you know, but not a whole lot going on there, but it's not bad, something to visit, you know. So, yeah, they pegged me out. I look like a greasy Coke dealer in that picture, you know. Coke smugglers. But that's how they smuggle through from that type of way. They didn't search us or anything else. I looked a lot better in person than the picture. It don't look bad in the picture. I clean cut and everything, but it was just the greasy hair gave me that kind of greasy, you know, smuggler look, you know. And this here, and Got Ralph's over here and all that. Galleria right there, Macy's and all that. 182nd and Hawthorne.